Hey boys and girls, how's it going? We are on chapter 9, lesson 7. This is all about comparing decimals. Okay, so when you compare decimals, usually in math, when they ask you to compare, they want to know less than, greater than, or equal, right? And if you look at 2 and 3, that's exactly how they're set up, isn't it? So for number 2, it says they want you to compare, now let's read this, 6/10 and 60 hundredths. Okay, 6/10 compared to 60 hundredths. So I'm going to look closely at place value. That is the tenths place, isn't it? That's the tenths place. And in both of these problems, in both of these decimals, the 6 is in the tenths place. Now, this has a 0 in the hundredths place. But does that add any value? No. It's just a 0 in the hundredths place saying, hey, there are no hundredths. Now, a lot of times, you can compare this way too. Let's compare 0 and 6/10 to 0 and 60 hundredths. If you fill in that place value with a 0, you can see very clearly then that these two decimals are equal. Okay? All right, let's look at number 3. 24 hundredths compared to 31 hundredths. Now, whenever I see decimals like this, I think of them like money. Okay? Then you can read them 24 cents and 31 cents. Well, 21 cents is less than 31 cents, isn't it? Right? And if you wanted to, I like to do this too. I like to just line them up by place value because I know that tenths are like dimes in money, hundredths are like pennies. So this has 3 dimes, that only has 2 dimes. So this one is definitely greater. All right, let's keep going, guys. All right, so you have to compare these and write true or false. So number 12 says 9 hundredths is greater than 1/10. Now, I want to say it's true because I know that 9 is greater than 1, but I'm going to pause for a minute here and I'm going to rewrite them like this. 9 hundredths and then 0 and 1/10. Now look at that. If I look at these place values, there's no value in the tenths there. And in this one, there's 1 in the tenths place. And let's put a 0 there. That doesn't change the value. So now really, it's much more clear that this is false, isn't it? Okay, there's no value in the tenths, and this one, the tenths has a value of 1. So 9 hundredths is like 9 cents. 1/10 is like 10 cents. So that needs to be switched around, doesn't it? Boop, boop. All right, let's look at number 13. 24 hundredths equals 42 hundredths. Oh, they're just trying to trick you on this one, aren't they? So again, guys, think of this like money because, 100 cents makes a dollar. Is 24 cents equal to 42 cents? That's the game show buzzer. False. All right, 14. 17 hundredths is less than 32 hundredths. One more time, guys. Look at the place value. That's tenths. That's tenths. Which one has a greater value? Well, 3. Yeah. 3/10 is greater. Ooh, so this one is true. Finally a true one, right? And you could also think about it like money. 17 cents is less than 32 cents. All right, fantastic. Okay, so now we're at the bottom. It says, Tyrone shades 2 decimal grids. He shades 3/100ths of the squares on one grid, blue. He shades 3/10ths of another grid, red. Which grid has the greater part shaded? So you guys did a lot of work with these decimal grids, okay? So these are grids that are each worth 1 whole. So on one of them, Tyrone shades 3/100ths. So there, that's kind of close. Okay, let's pretend that's 100 and it's perfect. So if he shades 3/100ths or 3 out of 100 blue, he would shade 1 out of 100, 2 out of 100, 3 out of 100. Well, that's not very many, is it? And on the other grid, that other grid is separated into tenths. Here, that's not bad. Okay, so he shades 3 of those 10 equal parts red. 1, 2, 3. Which grid has the greater part shaded? Well, this one, without a doubt. 0 and 3/10 grid. Or maybe they're asking for the red. I don't know. But we know the answer, right? Beautiful. All right, now we're on the back with the lesson check. It says, 3 classmates spent money at the school supply store. Mark spent 5/10 of a dollar. All right, I'm going to jot this down over here. Mark spent 5/10 of a dollar. Andre spent 45/100ths of a dollar. And Raquel spent 52/100ths of a dollar. Which statement is true? Okay, let's see here. We have to go through each of these statements. 45/100ths is greater than 5/10. Now this is another one where we really have to be careful about place value. Let's put a 0 here on what Mark spent. Okay, 5/10 of a dollar is equivalent to 50/100ths of a dollar or 50 cents. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put a 0 right there. So is 45/100ths greater than 50/100ths? No, it's not. 45 is less. How about B? 52/100ths is less than 45/100ths. Well, no. 52 is not less than 45/100ths. Okay, so look at C. 5/10 equals 52/100ths. So if we put a 0 there again, we would be saying 50/100ths is the same as 52/100ths. No, 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 no. Let's look at D. I hope D is correct. Or what are we going to do? 45/100ths is less than 5/10. So let's put that 0 there. 45/100ths is less than 50/100ths. Ah-ha-ha. That's it. Okay? All right, here we are on the last one, the review. Joel has 24 sports trophies. Of the trophies, 1/8 are soccer trophies. How many soccer trophies does Joel have? So let's see. He has 24 trophies, and of the trophies, 1/8 are soccer trophies. Okay, guys, so 24 sports trophies. So 1/8, or 1 out of every 8, are soccer trophies. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 trophies. So I'm going to put an S on soccer. Okay, so that's only 8 trophies, and he has 24. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 8 more. 1 is soccer. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 8 more. 1 is soccer. So how many soccer trophies does Joel have? Well, 1 out of every 8 trophies is soccer. So Joel has 3 soccer trophies. Right? I drew the 24 trophies. I labeled 1 out of every 8 as soccer. So I can see that 1, 2, 3 are soccer. Now this goes with the lesson where you guys did 24 times 1/8. What's 1/8 of 24? Well, 24 times 1 is 24 over 8. And then you divide 24 divided by 8, which is 8, 16, 24, 3. Okay? 2 ways to do that problem. All right? You guys are doing fantastic on Chapter 9, so keep up the good work.